Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Tanya, Aneja. Well, Adani continues to be the biggest story. Shares of Adani Enterprises took a fresh knock on Friday, a day after it was placed under NSE's ASM framework. The stock crashed over 35% in early trade in today's trading session. And apart from Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports and Ambuja Cements are also under ASM framework. The ASM list is a list of securities that get monitored due to factors like price fluctuation, volatility, volume variance, etc. Also, S&P Dow Jones also said that Adani Enterprises will be removed from the Dow Jones Sustainability Indices. Now, the stock is down over 76% from its 52-week high. Adani Group has actually lost over 8.8 lakh crore rupees market cap in the last 7 trading sessions. The total market cap of the group tanked to 10.4 lakh crore rupees on 2nd February from 19.2 lakh crore as of 24th of January. So where are these stocks headed going forward, and what should investors really do at this point in time? To discuss this and much more, let's welcome our guest on the show today. We have with us Sonam Srivastava. She's the founder at Wright Research. Thank you so much, Sonam, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television.
Thank you for having me.
So Sonam, firstly, where are these stocks headed, and how do you see the response coming in from Adani, and what should investors do at this point in time?
So to be honest, the situation looks quite precarious, right?
Yeah,
there have
absolutely.
been these massive allegations that are, not very, well proven, but Adani Group hasn't been able to answer a lot of those questions clearly as per the global market, and that's what is happening, right? People are downgrading the stock outrightly, and that's why the prices are coming down in a massive way. And what will be the end to it? They can reach a fair valuation, and when you match it to a fair value P ratio or PB ratio, that is one way to look at it. They reach a fair valuation. But second thing is that if the corporate governance issues are highlighted for these stocks, then then there's no end to the downfall, right? So it is a very, very difficult situation that we are looking at.
Okay, absolutely. And coming to Adani Enterprises, Sonam, the stock actually hit a day's low of 1017 on the Bombay Stock Exchange. Now the stock is trading 10% lower, logged in 10%. Okay, it's trading 10% lower at 1408 odd levels. So what are your thoughts on Adani Enterprises?
See, Adani Enterprises is the flagship stock, right? And
right.
Yeah, and it is facing the same sort of downfall as the other stocks. It is, but Adani Enterprises is the biggest stock. It is in the index. It is the highest weight among Adani stocks in the index, right? But yeah, it is down the most right now, and it's very tough to speculate when it does stop, and when it starts, if it ever starts coming up.
Okay, it's also in the F&O space. So, is there more pain ahead for Adani Enterprises stock if we talk about this stock specifically?
Right. So coming in the ASM list might actually be good for this stock, because people cannot just short sell; they have to put in the whole margin, right, in the ASM list, and that might provide some relief to this particular stock. But if you look at the F&O option chains and the IV levels that are there for this stock right now, those are like quite exemplary. The put call rate, the put of the stocks are going up like 300,000% in a day. Like that's what the price appreciation for shorting it is. So obviously there could be pain that this stock continues.
Okay, and also Sonam, Citigroup Inc.'s wealth arm has also stopped accepting Adani Group securities as collateral for the margin loans, and the US lenders move follows a similar decision by Credit Suisse Group. So how do you see this?
See, I think that's a big negative for these bonds, right? Because a lot of people park their money in these bonds so that they can use it as collateral, right? And if the banks stop accepting these bonds as collateral, then that really puts a lot of pressure on these bonds, and the whole sentiment around the group, around their business goes down quite a lot. We also saw a large uh, Norwegian sovereign fund selling 75% of their exposure, right? So things like that are happening, and they will continue to impact the group until unless a clear stance comes out from the regulator or from a pertinent body.
Okay, and Sonam, do you have Adani Group stocks in your portfolio? And if yes, are you still holding them?
No, we don't have any Adani exposure.
But you had the
We see,
exposure earlier, right?
yeah. So see, we do momentum investing, and obviously in the last year, the highest momentum stocks were all the Adani stocks, right? And there was no way to out of it. We obviously, try to control our exposure. If you rank the highest momentum stocks in India last year, you would see all the Adani stocks at the top, right? But we would not include all of those. We would pick a small percentage of it to be in the portfolio. And obviously, we had exited a bunch of those stocks even before the decline happened. We had some exposure in Ambuja, and we had some exposure in Adani Enterprises that was cut before the decline happened. And we don't have any exposure. But yeah, if anybody has exposure, they should start looking at ways to control that.
Okay, that's the coming in. On that note, thank you so much, Sonam, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's get back to all these shares. So if you see the current levels, Adani Enterprises still down around, it's down to the tune of 21% now. And we have ACC, which is, the stock is down 2% at this point in time. Ambuja Cements. We have other Adani Group shares as well, which are trading lower in today's trading session. Adani Ports down around 4%, 5% gone on Adani Power as well, logged in lower circuit, and Adani Transmission also. So these stocks, if you see, have actually crashed over 50% in just 7 trading sessions. Adani Green Energy also trading 10% lower at this point in time. Adani Total Gas 5% gone on this counter as well. Adani Wilmar all locked in the lower circuits. And if you see the other stocks also, banking space also under pressure because of this Adani crisis. But we'll get you all the latest updates, whether it's market, whether it's Adani Group. So you don't have to go anywhere, and stay tuned to Business Today Television. Many thanks for tuning in.
In 1947, India was a power deficit nation. After 75 years of independence, now we are a power surplus nation with a total installed